Marvel Tōkon is now available for wish listing on Steam. This is not what the whole video is about, obviously, but I wanted to start with this because we kind of assume this is going to be a thing, but I'm going to highlight it. Hopefully it's not too small. I'll probably zoom in on it, but cross-platform multiplayer. So guys on PC, you can play against dudes on PS5. We kind of already knew this, but I thought I would start this video with this because I thought it was perfect timing because I wanted to make a video on Marvel Tōkon again, but this time actually go through properly step by step each of the things that maybe I didn't get the chance to actually do because I didn't actually ever do a video on the behind the scenes video, which, because unfortunately they're not together like they were in the presentation. I didn't realize that. So there was a whole bunch of other footage that we saw that I didn't get to actually break down, and it actually enlightened me on some things that I missed out on when I was actually focusing on everything. For talking fighting games, I mean, like you forget I'm like Melty Blood, Under Nights, you know, there's a fair few. I mean, interesting enough, if you actually look here, where does this at? We're gonna see DNF Duel too. So there's experience to be had. I think the definitely the two games that we want to focus on are the games that I've actually got to play, which you can see Dragon Ball and Guilty Gear. We're gonna break through that on these videos and actually see for ourselves, because this is the first time that PlayStation has a published game that's a fighting game that they'll be able to put out for Evo for their actual event, which will be great. Arxis has probably made some of the more impactful games outside of Street Fighter 6 and Tekken 8 for the fighting game genre in the past near decade. So I say near decade because we're getting to the point where Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 is, I believe we've passed the 10-year mark on that easily. So not easily, but decently enough. Now I'm gonna break this down slowly because there's actually a fair bit of stuff that shows up at the very start of this, and then I'll probably pick up the pace a little bit. So right away, first thing we're gonna notice, he's gonna do it right here. Air dash. Air dash exists. Obviously, it's not just an Iron Man thing. We'll see that with the other characters, but I'm not going to harp on that too much. Another thing, if you look at the post here, I didn't actually realize this. I made a list, right, of what the roster would probably look like if I was being both subjective and fairly objective. But I went a little overboard. 60 plus characters, you know, not 60 plus, sorry, 60 characters including DLC and everything. So I went a little overboard. But one character I had mentioned, because they were talking about, including all the faces of Marvel, and they had Miss Marvel, so I was like, oh, so they're giving Inhumans a chance, which made me think, oh, they could put Lockjaw in the game because he's a pet. If you ignore the Spider-Man stickers with the X over it, I believe it's Spider-Man, it's not Deadpool, I'm pretty sure, there's a puppy looking sticker with a blue thing on its forehead. There's only one Marvel character, it's Lockjaw, that fits that bill. Also, you'd see Dazzler everywhere, so immune representation. Anyways, let's move on. So, launcher into Bang Bang. I'll be honest, I was a little concerned, but thanks to the behind the scenes footage, which we'll go to after this, it's not like just it's not a special move that does that. It's actually a move that you can do other things into. So that was pretty good. So here, obviously raw tag, you have the soul exchange, cool. She's hitting him what looks like could just be a special move, but could also be a wall smash. Here is important. This is a roll. This is a roll. She's going from one side to the other. Now, before anyone says, oh, that's just something she can do, we'll continue. There's another character that does this, and people, I feel like, are confusing it with something that it's not. In definition, I would describe it more appropriately as a roll. Now here we have crossover, but so he's tagged in. Now we're playing as Spidey. I'm interested in this. We have orange stuff. This orange stuff is going to be more curious as we go on, but orange stuff. Spidey has orange things. So what's up with that? What's up with that? Obviously, side switching. There is wall splatting and stage transitioning. If anyone has any doubts on that, trust me, there's more than enough evidence on that. We'll look at that when we see that. Okay, so Cap obviously has his tag. This is where things get interesting. So you raw tag, you have your special animation. So he's clearly going into a super, But then there's blue stuff. So we had orange stuff, and then we have blue stuff. Which, by the way, the color coordination is also played into how they use their font. They have red, and they have, sorry, not red. They have orange and they have blue when they're showing the 4v4. But we have blue stuff for the super. So, and then the whole animation does, and now the after image is gone. Blue after image is gone. So it's interesting. It's interesting. I'm gonna zoom forward, just so we're not spending too much time on stuff that we don't need to. Okay, low sweep. Tag, that was an assist. This is the raw tag, obviously. You guys know that. Everyone's already seen that stuff before. We can break that down. This Doom part is important because this is what I was talking about. He gets up. Whoosh. Did he teleport or did he roll? Now, animation-wise, it looks like he teleports, right? And the real answer is it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It resolves the same thing. But it kind of does, because if you look at it in the sense of, as a roll, rolls have things you can do mechanically that technically a teleport wouldn't do. So my theory is that roll is just a mechanic in this game. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. Like, everyone kept looking at the Doom thing because it was a little more obvious, because everyone cares about Doom a lot more. Miss Marvel was kind of like, and also was at the very start, so I feel like a lot of people were in the shock factor. But generally, yeah, this I would constitute as the same kind of role. He goes into super. We don't see the blue after image stuff, but it seems like maybe a level 2 or something. There's no movement for this super. He obviously has an air dash. So that's another character with an air dash. Storm gets tagged in here when he's about to air dash in, and then he gets hit with Storm's assist. This is Storm's assist because there's evidence on this later. Then she gets tagged in. So he has no control over the Storm in this moment. This player just calls Storm's assist. Cool. Then we cut to her super. I don't think this is her going into her super immediately off of canceling from the assist on the raw tag. I think this is just editing, so it gets everybody gassed up and everything so they can save time and keep the stimulus going. Orange and blue, right? Orange and blue. Okay, we're keeping with the color aspect. We see Spidey do his assist. Storm has a different assist here. She has her Ice Blast. So in theory, if we're right about the first one, that means we have more than one assist per character. Obviously, you would hope that we have 3, but you never know, right? We're trying to play into this as an opportunity to actually look at the facts and see what's in front of us, so we can stop, going like, oh, what if this, what if that? It's like, we know for certain there are things in front of us. We just need to actually look at it. So Storm, this is important. I want to look at Ghost Rider. He's got a big swing for his assist. He gets called for his assist. It's a large swing. This is going to be important for later, because right here, bang, he has an overhead swing when he gets called out. So that's 2 assists. Again, Storm has 2. Ghost Rider, 1,000%. This is an assist. 1,000%. This is a different assist from the assist he used before. So that means it's safe to assume we could have 3, but we're guaranteed to have at least 2 different assists per character, which is really important because I feel like this roster is going to be larger than we think. I hope. Continuing from here, this gets interesting. Orange stuff again, but orange stuff last time was defensive. Now it's offensive, and I don't know what this is. Now this is obviously a team super, team attack. Everyone is going orange. Doom is going orange. Cap is even going orange here. Everyone's going orange. A bit confusing because we're gonna go later on and we'll see that it's not what it maybe appears to be. So I'm gonna go here. We're gonna cut to when they're actually showing the footage we care about. Now this is important right off the bat. Super cinematic, right? Then then we got blue stuff. Then we got blue after image again. Just like Star-Lord, blue means, okay, you've gone into your super, but it's not the full cinematic, right? I'm guessing Dr. Doom's, we see 2 supers, but we haven't seen his blue after image one. So my guess is these are level 1s, or they're supers with a connotation to them. I have no idea, right? The only reason this blue stuff matters is because the orange stuff exists. The blue stuff could just be an artistic choice, but the orange stuff exists. And the orange we're going to see later. This part is super important. If we're talking orange stuff, this part is super, super, super important. Look at this. Wait, slow it down, slow it down, slow it down, slow it down. Okay, this is incredibly important Look at that. Okay, confusing, because here's the thing. Both of them do it. Both of them are doing it. We see orange stuff, but also offensive orange stuff. So I don't know what this is, right? This is clearly not a super. It's a movement thing. We saw Spidey do it, but here it's more obvious. They're using it as a movement tool. So there's a drive meter. There's a drive rush, quote unquote, in the game. Now, people have been talking about movement. They've been talking about, oh, can we wave dash? Clearly, there's no wave dashing. We can see that. No one has to, fight about that. Be like, oh, well, they might put... No, there's no wave dashing, unfortunately. There is pivoting. We do see somewhere, maybe, hopefully I'll find it, the time for it. But here, there's after image. There's an after image, there's orange stuff. But the orange stuff have the team super. This is why I'm getting... You see how, my assumption is there's a drive gauge. Quote unquote. I'm going to use Street Fighter 6 terms because this is where all this stuff kind of low-key comes from. I mean, technically you can say it comes from Street Fighter 5, but semantics. Point is, this mechanic is doing something more than just a dodge or defensive. It's going offensive well. Both of them are cued in at the same time. You can see here there's a fire trap here. This is clearly Ghost Rider's move. He unfortunately goes into it, bang. Here's the important part. He rolls to cancel into recovery off a hit. See why the roll thing is important? Now, this is different. What he was doing before was a TP looking animation. But I don't think this is more so a roll as it just is a cancel into recovery. Because someone else does this. Not just Doom. Which, thank God. Everything I poked at, I'm like, oh my God, there's 2 characters for each time. Again, there's evidence to it. We'll go to the next character when it happens, but Doom has shown us a lot just based on this one interaction. Spidey here, cinematic. He goes into cinematic after he does his little launcher thing. Blue stuff. It's so fast. I got it. I got it. I had to go ultra slow. There it is. Okay. I don't want to go that slow, but regardless, you can see blue after his super. So that exists for Spidey too. Again, it could exist for Doom. Assumedly it does, but we don't see it. So everyone has 3 of them, or there's a different kind of super going on. I don't know. But there is a imagery of something in comparison, which is the red stuff, the orange stuff, which is important. Here, so bang. This is only important because obviously air dash. I just want to reiterate that there's this. Okay, this does exist. Everyone knows that. Anyone who wants to argue it, I mean, it's literally right in front of you. We're gonna have to deal with Guilty Gear stuff. I don't believe there's any push blocking, but you know what? Again, interesting. Doom decides to use his orange stuff. I don't know why, because it seems like he's at a safe distance. The player's at a safe distance. Ghost Rider's chosen not to cancel into his recovery. So again, sure, right? He's rolling away, or he's recovering away, but he's not he didn't cancel off it. But the Doom player decides he needs to use his orange stuff. I don't know what it does, but we've seen examples. And it's interesting to me that he's using it defensively, as in pushing himself away, instead of pushing forward. So maybe there's some benefit to it that's not just a drive rush. Because if we're being honest, I don't even know, can you even drive rush backwards? I don't think you can. I think you have to tap forward to actually activate drive rush, towards your opponent. So I don't think, you can't drive rush backwards. So whatever this mechanic is, obviously you can do it defensively because we've seen it before, and we saw it in both ways. When one was pushing forward and the other one was pushing back, which is interesting because drive rush doesn't work that way. So whatever this movement tool is, you can do it just defensively without any proactive need for it. But as for the choice, I couldn't tell you. Here is important, dash, 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 dash. Back, 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 back. So that you can just move normally, of course. It's not incredibly slow. I'm not doing a lot of justice for this because it's at half speed. But if you guys want to see it at regular speed, bang, bang, bang. That's not bad. That's honestly decent movement. It's not wave dashing. That's for damn sure. But hey guys, you got movement. That's decently quick. I'm not even speeding it up. That's normal speed. That's 100% normal speed. Normal playback speed. I got it at 1%. That's decent. That's a decent amount of movement. But we have a movement mechanic. The movement mechanic does seem like it goes slower though. That's why I'm very, very, very curious as to how it actually works and what's the purpose of it. Anyways, let's move on. I believe there's some new stuff we could look at. Oh, Spidey air dashes. So Just more evidence that, yeah, other characters can do that. It's not just, you know, guys with mechanical stuff like thrusters, like Iron Man or Doctor Doom. It's not specifically a thematic thing. Everyone can air dash. Just to be extra safe on that. On confirmation. All right. So this might be important. Yeah, okay. Storm does her assist 1. Anyone doubting that was definitely an assist, this is an assist. Spidey is the active player. You can see him walking normally. So yeah, Storm has 2 assists. We've seen 2 of them. Great. Cap does his air assist. I'm assuming this is an assist by Doom. It looks absolutely sick, but we've seen the other one be a laser. So he's got 2 assists as well, which is fantastic. Okay, this is one of my favorite parts because Ghost Rider actually shows and proves you don't have to just do a 2 or 3 hit string when you're in the air. You can actually do some real stuff. Bang, 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 bang. Ooh, by the way, looks absolutely amazing. He's orange here. I'm not sure if that's just because there's an OD or a like whatever version of you can use your meter gauge of your orange stuff, perhaps. I don't know. To actually do some stuff to keep yourself there and keep the combo going, or it's a timer, an indicator to show that, hey, you're only in the air for like another special move or something. I'm not sure, but there's some theories. I think the simple answer is that he's just on fire, and that's just a visual effect. Cool touch, Shimugarath is actually looking at you even when you're going down, which is very fun for the stage. This is going to be interesting, specifically for Spider-Man. If you look, but he has a Spidey sense, which means his character specifically, everyone was assuming the orange thing was his dodge mechanic. That's a mechanic in the game. We've clearly established that. Whether it works the exact same way or it's specifically a Spidey thing, the way you dodge, but we've literally seen 3 or 4 characters use the orange mechanic. That mechanic exists. You can use it defensively or as a movement tool, but he's not using it here. He's not orange. He's using Spidey sense. Bang, and then he uses Spidey sense again, and then boom. This looks like a low crush. Obviously it is a low crush, but off of the Spidey sense, man, I gotta go slower, which is crazy to me. There you go. Off of that, he's got his low crush. Great. This will be interesting. Okay, so Iron Man gets this. So these are okay, they're both gonna attack each other. He's shielding. He's called Cap assist. Cap's shield hits Iron Man. Iron Man, what's up? What's up with that? What's up with that? Guys, that's the second character to do the recovery. Boom. There we go. So that's the other character, right? Doom does his earlier on that I showed. Iron Man does it here much more obviously. Much more obviously. Anyways, low sweep into assist, and then raw tag after. Bang, bang. You know how this goes. So we'll move on. And then from there, I believe that is everything to my knowledge. Oh, there is one little bit after, which is kind of important because it just shows that another character can use the orange thing just to triple, quadruple cement that this is a mechanic that everyone can use. Orange. She uses orange to move away from Storm. I'm just going to call it orange. I don't know what it's called, clearly, but she uses orange to dodge Storm. And obviously, you know, doesn't do anything with it because I guess the player's just bad. Whatever. But I want to end off with my favorite part of all of this, and probably one of the things that I've been replaying over and over again and gets me so damn excited, which is, one, the stage looks beautiful. We know that. I'll end it off on the stage. But lastly, the music is absolutely gorgeous. Let's listen to this. I have been listening. Arc System Works is immaculate with their music in these games, so I am so damn excited to hear guitar. Arc System Works on guitar, if you know your Guilty Gear songs from the past, brother, with the heroic aspect, oh my god, I'm gonna hear some of the greatest tracks I've ever heard in video games because of this collaboration. Trust me, dude, I've been hearing this track over and over again. Amazing. Now, I actually just noticed something. I'm so sorry to kill the vibe. I just noticed something. Storm does something here. Why is she orange? Why is she orange? I was just like, whoa. I was just vibing and I was like, wait, she's orange. What's gonna happen? And they cut. Of course they cut. Now we're looking at Doom's ugly face. All right. Well, I'm just gonna end it off on the stage because by far it's the best part of this whole thing. Look at that. I mean, that and the music. Like, dude, look at this stage, bro. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it, damn it. Look at the damn stage. Look how beautiful it is. Oh my god. Dude, I'm so excited for this game. But I hope this video was kind of helpful. That like we kind of went through some things. I have not watched people cover this. I have not watched people, if I have said things that clearly I know the air dashing, clearly I know the wall breaking is a very popular topic because of Guilty Gear, but I want to make it very clear, Arc has done tag games that have worked incredibly well that are very, very versus like Dragon Ball Fighters. And they have made and have been involved in other games that are much different and in terms of content or much more explorative. Partner development with Games. This game exists. Grand Blue Fantasy Versus Rising. This game exists. What is this? They have stuff. They have a Fall Guys mode. You know, it's again, is that Arc System Works? No, it's not. But PlayStation actually like publishing this stuff is going to give them funding to not do stuff like this. Just to be clear, they're not going to do stuff like this. This is not in their wheelhouse. This is most likely Games doing their thing, and I don't really care for this, to be 100% honest with you. But there is a lot of content for the characters, like a lot of personal stuff, and that's very, very important because that's what's going to keep this game alive and popular. It's going to keep it alive and popular, and also competitively. Of course, I'm all about the competition, but just to keep that in mind, so we're all a bit more open-minded, because I'll be honest, the Discord on this has been a bit obnoxious. So I wanted to make this video because I love the vibes, I love the music, I love the stage, I love the hints, I love everything. There's going to be probably 2 meters. There's going to be a super meter and whatever the hell orange stuff is. I don't know if we're going to have shared health bars or we're going to have 4 health bars. Most likely we're probably going to have 1 shared health bar, which would be a little funky. But you know what? I'm open to it, man. It's our first time we're getting a 4v4. It looks gorgeous. It's made by some of the best developers when it comes to music choice. I cannot express how much I have been glazing and thinking in ecstasy about this game for the past 2 weeks. I cannot wait a year, man. I need content. But I needed to put this video out. This is definitely the last video I'm going to be putting out on this until we actually get real content on Tōkon. So I promise you, but I just want to leave it on that because I don't know when the next time we're going to get content is. It might be 6 months from now. And I just want to cement it here as the last one we're going to see in a bit, maybe, hopefully not, on content with this video, with this kind of stuff on the channel for a bit. I'm so excited for this game, dude. And if you guys are excited, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, and I hope you guys have enjoyed. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Hope you guys have a good one. Take care, peace, and goodbye.